How's it hanging? Please. Humbly at your service.
How may I be of service, sir? My, such a popular question. I suppose it is only natural to see us and wonder what it is that makes us special. The White Glove Society has only just made itself known to the public, of course, but our pedigree was established. Were we always so refined? I'd be lying if I said yes. But I've always felt we were destined for a place atop modern society. And now, here we are. Not everyone can wear the finest clothes and eat the finest foods, obviously. That's just the reality we live in. But surely we can agree that the most tasteful, sophisticated people are the most deserving. And that's what the White Glove Society is all about. No, not from the likes of you, I'm afraid. I don't think you'd have the stomach for it. Better look elsewhere.
Welcome to the Ultralux. I do hope it exceeds your ever. I do, but one can hardly call it work. I suppose it is a labor of love if it... We at the White Glove Society are all responsible, and as its founder, I suppose it falls to me to decide...
How may I be of service?
Good day. Those are all members of the White Glove Society. Our founder, Marjorie, gave us all a dress code. There's only one rule to it. In her words, we must dress in such a way that no one can be said to... As for the masks, I'm not allowed... Actually, that's not true. I think Marjorie likes them for the mystery they create, and the way they make it clear that we're different from everyone else. But you didn't hear that from me. Must have forgotten to put it on. How embarrassing.
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately?
Did you know the strip's all stirred up lately? Welcome to Top Shelf.
thing.
Those masks make me nervous. Is there something wrong with their faces? Hello.
You mustn't ask why we wear our masks.
Trying to
We're
elevate
forbidden
your
speakers.
status by being seen with me?
Hey.
Humbly at your service. In what currency would you like your payout? Non-caps currency.
Good day.
Good day.
How may I be of service? No, not from the likes of you.
Hey.
Staying low. Let's kick this in gear. Bitch. Reloading. Wait, no, I'm out.
Listen very closely and do as I say. You're like... Hand over everything you're carrying. Weapons, ammo, clothes, armor, everything. I want you stripped... I've told you what to do. Strip off your clothes and... Take it all off and hand it to me. Then come inside and through the door.
Let's see what you got.
How the hell did you get in here? Normally, I would have already shot you, but I'm under orders to bring you to the Elder. Will you come peacefully? Okay. I'll take you to him. Follow me, closely, or you'll be...
How did you find us, stranger? And do tell the truth. You took an extreme risk in coming here. My policy towards trespassers has not been lenient. The security of this bunker is my foremost concern, and I take pains to minimize our exposure topside. For this reason, I might be interested in contracting with an outsider who can accomplish certain tasks, some basic, some a bit more involved. An NCR ranger has begun to set up post in one of the other bunkers up top, for example. I want him driven off. Understood? Yes, we could kill him easily enough. But sometimes you can learn a great deal by observing. Which is why it will be very interesting to observe how you choose to deal with... Do we... Very well. I'll be interested. Paladin Ramos will escort you back to the bunker's entrance and set you loose. Notice that I said loose. You are not free to carry the secret of this bunker's location beyond Hidden Valley. To underscore this point, you'll be fitted with an explosive collar. Wander off and it will detonate. Focus on...
You'll find your equipment in the chest to your right. Don't bother...
Thought you'd sneak up on me, you filthy powder ganger? Ha! Got some stones on you, son. I like that. What can I... Dobson's my name. I'm an NCR ranger operating out of Camp McCarran north of here. Well, I thought I might set up a safe house in one of the bunkers here, between the remote location and... Of course, seems a lot less remote since you showed up. Plus, I haven't been able to get my radio working, and a safe... I reckon I'll stick around a while, patrol for troublemakers, see... Standard practice. Rangers operate on our own most of the time. Usually we call in our positions to McCarran to be relayed to other rangers. But I'm sure as hell not gonna lose any sleep on account of a goddamn broken down radio. Criminal scum that have infested this region, attacking caravans and... The dangerous ones are roamers, though there's another group that mostly stays put over at the... So far, the brass haven't mustered up enough men to take the prison back. Long over... Oh, and in your expert... I see. Now, why would I do that? You've seen that with your own... God damn. I knew Cook's gang passed through these parts about that frequently, but I didn't know they holed up here. Be a rude awakening to find 15 of those merciless bastards. Yep, I'd be better off setting up an ambush along one of their routes to catch stragglers. Thanks for the info.
All right. Music to my ear. Good. My fists were getting bored. Music to my ears. Let's deal.
Stand back from the door. The elders...
How did you resolve the situation? Gone. Why did he leave? And what makes you think... Yes, you exploited his fear of powder gangers very effectively. The collar includes a microphone, you see. Part of the test. He'll keep his distance, setting ambushes, never suspecting that these bunkers house something far more dangerous to him than criminals. Well played. Since you completed your assigned task, I will allow you to come and go from the bunker freely. So let's get that collar off you. There, that's better, I hope. Now that we have that bit of unpleasantness out of the way, there is a matter that I would like to discuss with you. Stop by the command room when you can. Oh, and bear in mind, if you end up betraying us, we will know it, and there will be no mercy. What I wish to discuss with you can wait for once I get settled in the command room, outsider.
Evening.
When you first showed up on our doorstep, I'll admit at first I didn't know what to think. After giving the matter some thought, however, I've decided that an outsider could be of great use to me right now. However, I will not force you to help us. Should you refuse, you will be allowed to leave here. Though no, we will be keeping an eye on you. What do you say, outsider? Are you willing to help us? Then allow me to explain our situation. This bunker is currently locked down, allowing no entry or exit, with you being one of the few exceptions. In exceptional cases, teams are sent out to investigate sites or retrieve materials deemed too important to ignore. 3 such teams have gone missing recently, and the news of their disappearance has not yet been widely spread to avoid undue concern. In order to maintain the peace and adhere to the strictures of the lockdown, I need to send someone else to discover what happened to them. I'm glad I can count on you. Oh, and one other thing. The patrols each had a holotape detailing their missions that you can use to track them. The shielding of the bunker prevents us from actively tracking them, but their positions should show up on your map once you get to the surface. Should our worst fears become realized, please bring back all 3 of the holotapes from the patrols. Otherwise, bring our brothers home. I've given the order that you be given access to some of the equipment our scouts and patrols have scavenged over the years. You won't be allowed to purchase any prohibited equipment, but hopefully some of what's available will prove useful to you.
So, you're the outsider that's been given leave to wander around freely. Name's Hardin. I'm the head paladin of this chapter, and I think we might be able to help each other out. I don't know what the Elder talked to you about, but I can tell you this chapter is in trouble. And he's at the center of it. Are you willing to listen to what I have to say? As you may have already heard, this entire base is under a state of lockdown. No one goes out except small patrols at night. Most of the chapter has been sealed in here for years, and those few who were outside when the lockdown was initiated are forbidden from returning. Morale has plummeted as time has gone by, and many of our current paladins haven't seen combat outside of training simulations, and all because of the Elder's explicit order that no one be allowed in or out. The only way things will change is if a new Elder is installed. I would. I'm the senior-most paladin in the chapter, and have more combat experience than any 2 others here put together. I'd gladly support another candidate, but no one has the courage to step forward and make the attempt, so it falls to me. I would put this chapter back on the right path, if I could just assume leadership. I don't know. I've gone through our records dozens of times looking for a precedent regarding the dismissal of an Elder and come up with nothing. The people who are most likely to know how it could be done are also some of McNamara's strongest supporters, so they refuse to help me, which is why we're having this conversation. An outsider such as yourself would arouse less suspicion asking questions about such matters. The fact that the Elder has some tasks for you means his faithful won't suspect you, and you have a line open to the man himself. In short, you're in a perfect position to help me. If I become Elder, the lockdown will be lifted, and we'll once again be able to send patrols out into the wastes. We'll become powerful again. And when that happens, it will be good to have the Brotherhood as an ally. Good enough? That'll have to do. I'd recommend going to see Ramos first. As head of security, he's more familiar with our protocols than anyone else here. You could also try to find something relevant in our data store, though last I heard Scribe Ibsen is having a bit of a problem accessing it. And if McNamara should give you any tasks, I'd ask that you kept me abreast of them. Report anything you find to me, and we'll move from there.
Your presence here, let's just say it's highly irregular. Outsiders aren't even allowed to know that our bunker's here. You impressed Elder McNamara, obviously. He must believe... That's right. Nothing gets in or out of here without... Normally, that would have fallen under my jurisdiction, but the Elder thought it'd provide a good test for you. Under the lockdown, only essential personnel are permitted to enter or leave. That all other personnel are forbidden to leave, and any personnel that were out there when the lockdown... So, you've been talking to Hardin, eh? He's been looking for a way to usurp McNamara ever since the lockdown started. Don't get me wrong, he's a good man. But Elder McNamara has done all right by us. If it weren't for him, none of us would have survived at Helios. I'll tell you what I told Hardin. There have been only a few cases of elders being dismissed from their posts in the Brotherhood's history. And those involve crimes that someone like Elder McNamara is just not capable of. You can look it up for yourself if you want. I'll grant you access to that portion of the history section of our data store. See Senior Scribe Ibsen about accessing it. I'm sure someone's told you all this before. Several years back, we were running our chapter out the Helios 1 solar power station. Our elder at the time, Elijah, had some kind of obsession with the place. That place was hardly defensible, and we knew the NCR was moving in on us, but the elder refused to budge, insisting that he just needed more time. We never found out what he needed time for. Wave upon wave of NCR troopers hit us from all directions. We held out for a time, but we were grossly outnumbered, and they had more men than we had ammo. Eventually, our positions collapsed. Elder Elijah was nowhere to be found, so McNamara took charge and led what remained of us on a counteroffensive west. We lost a lot of men and women, but we broke through and made it here. Make no mistake, McNamara saved this chapter that day. Who was Elijah more like? He was our elder before McNamara. Bright guy, but just between you and me, he was a little off. Our mission is to recover and preserve the technology of the past, but Elijah wanted more. He sought ways to improve upon technology, make it better. When we found Helios 1, he was like a kid in a candy store, kept talking about the potential and a grand design never realized. He even insisted we set up our base there, against the objection of nearly every paladin. What followed is a whole other story. Bye.